Okay, good afternoon everyone and welcome to this class today. This is coding for grade 7 and I'm your presenter, Mr. Paul de Klerk, and there you can see my email address at the bottom of the screen, and you can feel free to send me an email to ask any questions that you might have if we cannot get to answering all of them during this live session. Okay, if you are not watching the live session, you are perhaps watching the video afterwards, I want to welcome you as well, and you are still free to use that email address to contact me and get some details if you need to. Right, so before we start, I just want to thank the STEM Lockdown Digital School for creating this platform so that we can have these lessons during the lockdown period. And I want to welcome you to this class. I want to give you a bit of a history about myself. I lived overseas for about almost 7 years, and in that time I started working with computer code. I was working as a teacher there, but I also started to teach myself how to code on computers, and I primarily still code today, and I use it mostly for creating content on the internet. So I make websites for people and things like virtual business cards and so on. So these are all things that is something that you won't see in this coding, but what we learn here, this form of block coding, is the foundation for bigger things that we do. Okay, so I'm going to quickly run through 2 slides that will tell you a bit more about coding, and then we'll get straight into the puzzles for today. Just get there. So there are some coding principles. These I came up with from my experience working with computer code and from studying and reading up in many books and textbooks and so on. So computer code is there to solve a problem. So what we want to do is we want to always find the easiest way to solve the problem when we are coding on a computer. Okay, so if we can do something in a shorter way, we need to do it that way. And that is the next one tells that to us. It says keep your code as short as you can. So we are coding with blocks, but when you are going to be writing code, if you are going to be writing code for systems when you are older, you will be doing them in lines of code, and we might even still get to that if we progress far enough. So do not use 10 lines of code or 10 blocks of code for something that can be done with 6 lines or 6 blocks of code. Okay, so the less code to get the same result, the better. And then the last one says take away code that is not being used. So we don't want any wasted code. And I'll show you what I mean by that on our workspace in code.org. But what happens is when you have wasted code on a page, the code is not being used, but the system or the device is still reading that code and it is trying to execute it, but there is nothing to execute. So what it does is it slows down systems and it slows down the devices that you are using, and it puts it under unnecessary strain. Okay, so I'm going to jump into the share of code.org, and then what I'm going to try and do is I will ask some questions and then I will unmute you guys to answer the questions. But for the time being, let's just stay muted so that we can be sure that everyone is here and everyone can follow me and see the screen and so on. Right, let me just move this box out of the way. Okay, there we go. That's better for me. Right, so I can't remember exactly whether you did the specific puzzle on Friday, but it's okay, because that's the nice thing about coding. The more we do it, the better for us. Okay, so I quickly want to see here. Let's start with a platform, and as soon as I know that you understand that completely, we can start coding. So here at the top, there are always a set of instructions, okay? So we are busy with lesson 8, nested loops in a maze, and this is puzzle number 8. I think you guys did this one, but it's okay to review. The instructions, this will tell us get the zombie to the sunflower using the fewest number of blocks possible. We can see here in our workspace we have 8 blocks available to use, but the first block is already placed there for us. Now this block is necessary. So what this block does is it is connected to this button here on the left. This button on the left is the run button, and this block is telling the code under it to run when we hit this button. So when you click on that button, all the code that is under here will start doing what it is supposed to do. Okay, so if we did not have this when run button, we can write lines of code here. We can put 100 blocks and nothing will happen. It needs this to start the process. Okay. Secondly, we have these blocks here on the left. So these blue blocks, I've called them do blocks, and what they do is they give an action to the character, which in this case is the zombie. But in some of the other lessons, it might be a bee, or it might be any other character that they think of. With the grade 4s, we have BB-8, the robot from Star Wars, and that's the character. So these, they are the ones that tell the character what to do. This is a repeat block. Okay. Now the repeat block is going to say repeat whatever is in here that many times. So if we put in here turn left, and we put the number there of 5, then our character is going to turn left 5 times. Okay, now that's a lot easier to do than to put turn left here 5 times. If we put that there 5 times, then we will have the same thing happening. You just get here. No worries if you're late, that's not a problem at all. Okay, so if we put this here, our zombie will turn 3 times. But now we have used 3 blocks of code. If we put one repeat, we make that 3, and we put turn left in there, then we have used, okay, now this is going to be 3 blocks of code again. Actually, this is 1 less block of code. We're using 3 instead of 4. In the previous example, we had 4. But we're getting the same thing done. Now, when it's small amounts of code, this doesn't make a big difference. But when it comes to big amounts of code, it makes a big difference. I showed the example in the grade 4 class where we took something that would have had 20 blocks of code, and we made it to only have 8 blocks of code because we could use these repeats. So a repeat block tells whatever is in the repeat block to do that function that many times. Okay. So we say that a repeat block creates a loop of whatever is inside. Okay. And you've seen this before, but a nested loop is when we have a repeat block inside a repeat block. Okay, and now there are some very cool things that we can do with this, and you will see that in the examples that are coming. Right, so the last thing that I wanted to show you is all these blue blocks, not all of them, but some of them. You can change some settings on them. So this one is saying turn left, and we can change it to say turn right or left. And then some of these move forward blocks you can change to say move backwards. And then in these repeat blocks we can change the amount of times. Now I did find that if you have the window open like this, where the 5 is now, and you hit run, on some of them the code will not work. So you have to click off it and then hit run before the code will work. Okay. In some other examples, it didn't matter if the window was open, but in some of them, and it's good coding practice anyway, to get your mouse so that the cursor is not there, gone from that by clicking off it and then you hit run. Okay. So let's see quickly. Who of you can type it in the chat box. I need to put this link in the chat box for you, right? I forgot about that. So there's the link in the chat box. Yes. And it needs to go to everyone in the meeting. There you go. So I'm going to give you guys a minute or two to just get to that in your browsers. If you cannot click on it, then you need to copy it and paste it, okay? Some devices will not allow you to click on that. Let's see something else that we can try is maybe this. If the first link didn't work, you can try the second one. I'm just quickly... Okay, let me know if you guys could get in. I'm just going to unmute some people and then ask them. Jonah, can you hear me? Hello. Okay, anyone else? I'll mute that again. If you could get into this link, please type in the chat box yes. It's difficult to code and use the chat box at the same time. Anyone there?
What's colon?
Okay, I'm just going to carry on with this puzzle. If you want me to stop or you want to ask something, just write it in the chat box. I've unmuted a couple of guys, but it doesn't seem to be working the way that I wanted to do, so we'll use the chat box for now. Okay, so we need to get the zombie to the sunflower. So we always start, code works sequentially, so what we do first, what we put first here is what's going to happen first there. If we have a look at the zombie, it has to move 1, 2, 3 times to get from where it is now to the first turn. Okay, but we don't want to put move forward 3 times in there because we're limited to the amount of blocks we have. So we'll put that one into a loop, and that is going to tell us to move 3 times. Okay. So if we run this code now, we'll see that the zombie moves there. That's great. Okay. Now they're telling us something's not right yet. That's okay. We're still busy with this. So then what we need to do is the zombie needs to turn left. Okay. Because zombie is going this way, it's trying to move there. Turning left will make the zombie go down. If we say turn right, the zombie is going to try and go up the screen, and that's not going to work. So if we put this turn left in the repeat loop, type in the chat box for me. Will that work or will it not work? Yes or no? Junior says no, it won't work. Okay, a lot of people are telling me no, it won't work. You're right. I'm going to run the code and then we can see what happens. Now it's going to tell the zombie to move forward and turn left. But it's only going to move one block, then try turning left. So you can see here, there we go. That is not working, that's a problem. So the turn left needs to be under this repeat block. Okay, so now we have the zombie to there and he's facing down. Now the zombie has to do something again. And what he has to do here is he has to move again. Okay, so we can see there's 1, 2, 3 spots that it has to move. So we'll add another repeat block. We want it to move and we put in how many we want it to move. Okay, so remember the repeat block will repeat this many times whatever we put inside. So when the zombie comes here, he has to turn to which side, right or left? To go there. In the chat box, right or left? Okay, Jonah says a nested loop. Yes, we're going to get to that nested loop. Okay, so Rita, Connie, and Mambuso says, right, yes, we are going to turn right there. Okay. Now, this is where the trick comes in. And the zombie needs to move here 3 blocks and then down 3 blocks again. But we only have one loop left. One repeat block left. So to do the same thing again, we have to have this. We need more of these repeat blocks. We don't have that. So how can we make it so that we don't need that? And yes, the way Jonah said, we are going to put in a nested loop. So for a nested loop, the main one is going to touch the when run block and all the rest will go inside. Okay, and this has to repeat how many times? How many times do we want to repeat this entire segment of code here? 4 times. Do we really want to do that 4 times? Let's think about this quickly. So this first repeat block and the turn left is going to get us here. And then the second repeat block and the turn right is going to get us there. So we only have to go 3 and turn left 1 more time. So how many times does this entire sequence have to run? I think 4 might be a bit of an overkill. Anyone, any ideas in the chat box? How many times do we have to run the sequence to get the zombie there? Remember, we are already here just by running the sequence once. Again 4. If you put 4, it will work. Okay? But the problem with that is, now we are telling the computer to do something 4 times, of which 3 times is going to be unnecessary. The computer will try to run this code 4 times, but we only actually need 2 times. And I'm going to run this to show you. And there we are at the flower. Okay, so what happened there? Why did it work for only 2 times? Let's do this again and just walk through it by following my mouse pointer. So this first repeat block is saying move forward 3 times. So we're moving 1, 2, 3. Then it is telling us to turn left, or the zombie to turn left. So the zombie is still there turning left, where my mouse pointer is. I hope you can see that. Then we are telling the zombie to move forward again 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then we're telling the zombie to turn right. So there we go. There the zombie is, where my mouse pointer is. Okay? So let's do that. Let's change this to 1, and then you'll see. So that is where the zombie is. Now we need the zombie to just go that much. Okay, just give me a second. I'll put 4 in there. It will work. But I'm explaining to you why we don't want to do that. We want the zombie to only go this much. So all that's needed is move forward 3 times, turn left, and move forward 3 times. Even this last turn right, if we repeat this twice, isn't necessary. We are wasting that code. And remember what we said in the beginning. We don't want wasted code. So if we put 4, it will work because it's going to try and make the zombie go even further. The program will stop it, but if you are writing code for something else, not on this game, you are going to make the machine do too much work. Okay, so if we have a look at that, I'm going to run it one more time and put the 2 in there. Now remember what happens when we put a 4 here. It's going to try and run this 4 times, but we said that we don't want to waste code and we always want to use the easiest answer. Okay, so it's much easier to run 2 times. Now if you have a look here at where the code is running, when we hit run, you'll see the yellow move go, 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 there, there, and then it stops there. It's not even using the last turn right. Okay, so if we put a 4 here, we are wasting code. It will still work, but it is unnecessary. We only needed 2 there. Do you guys understand that? Do you understand why I said it's better to use less than to put more? Anyone? Just put a yes or no in the comment section. Do you understand why I said only 2 and not 4? Okay. Yes, so you guys all understand that, right? Good. Everyone understands that. Okay, we're going to do this one more time so that we can make sure that we understand. Okay, so we always start with the easiest problem. The easiest problem is to get the zombie from here to there. So we know that we cannot use this 3 times, so we want to use a repeat block and tell that to make that code run 3 times. Now we know the zombie is over there and it is facing this flower. So we can't put move forward again, then the flower will catch it, or this plant. So we need to make it turn. And we don't want to put the turn inside the loop, because then it will try to make the zombie turn over here, which is the wrong place. Now the zombie is here, now it has to move again, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to put another repeat, and we're going to put move forward, and we're going to tell that to do 3 times. Now the zombie is over here, above this plant. Again, if we just put a move forward, it's going to walk into this plant and it will get eaten. We want it to turn, so we're making it turn right to go this way. And now we take all of this and we put it in another loop, and we tell that loop to do all of this 2 times. Remember I said repeat all of this that many times. So when we run it now, we are safe and we get to the flower and we're not wasting any code. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next puzzle. I hope you guys have all of that down and that you understand. Okay, to take this one out. Right, so this one is a bit more tricky, but the same idea applies, okay? Just want to start over here. Must eat sunflower. Get the zombie to the sunflower using only the blocks available. So now we have 9 blocks that we can use, of which one is already used. And they're telling us there is a move forward here, and we see that we have 4 repeat blocks. Okay, so we can loop something 4 times. Right, let me just get the chat window open. If I'm going too fast or you don't understand, please stop me in the chat box and I will explain it again. Okay, so let's count. We only have 2 move forward blocks, one left here and one that is in the workspace already. Okay, so let's see, what is the easiest problem for us to solve? Is to get the zombie from there to there. So we start with that, and it has to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Okay, so we can't put this in 5 times because we don't have enough, and it's going to cause us to have too many blocks used. So we put one repeat block in there with a move forward, and we tell it to do this move forward 5 times. And that is going to help get the zombie from here to there. Now when we are here, the zombie has to turn left to go up, because now the zombie is walking this way. So if we tell it to turn right, it's going to try and come down here, but we want it to go up, so we need to tell it to turn left. We take the turn left and we put it under the repeat block. Again, if we put it inside the repeat block, it is going to try and turn here after the first move forward, which is not right. Okay. So remember I said code runs sequentially. Whatever is first, it will do first. So if we put this repeat move forward 5 times, it's going to do this 5 times before it will try to do this. But if we put this there, it's going to do both of these things. First it will try to move forward, then turn left, and it's going to try and do that 5 times. Okay, so we need this outside. Okay, so now we have the zombie to here, and it is facing up. But we can see that it's going to do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then turn left. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then turn left. So we learned from the previous exercise, we can put loops inside loops. So we put another repeat block, and we put this entire sequence of code inside of that repeat block. Now let's count. This is going to move forward, turn left 1 time. Move forward, turn left 2 times. And move forward, turn left 3 times. So what number do I put in this big repeat block? Who can tell me? In the chat box. What number should I put there? Somebody saying 2, someone saying 3. Okay, let's practice this and see. So our aim is to get the zombie to finish there. So if we put 2 in there and we run the code, let's see what happens to the zombie. The zombie is stopping right there. But there is still another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turn left that needs to happen. So this code needs to happen one more time. So those of you that said 3, yes, you are right. We are going to run that code 3 times. Okay, let's run the code, get the zombie there, and then see what we need to do next. I hope you guys are seeing. I run the code so that I can see what happens, and this way it's easier for me to see what I still need to do to finish this. Okay. So now we see the zombie has to move 1, 2, 3 times, then turn left, and then 1, 2, 3 times, and it's on the flower. Okay? So there are different ways that we can do this, but we only have 9 blocks, so we only have 4 blocks left, so we need to try and get that to work in that way. So we can put one repeat block in here, and we can say move forward. Oops, let me just put that incorrectly. And this is going to tell the zombie to move forward. We said it needs to move 1, 2, 3 times. So this number is 3. Now if we run the code, the zombie will end up here, where my mouse pointer is now. There we go. Now the zombie needs to turn towards the flower. Again, the zombie is coming down and it wants to go this way, so we need to make a turn left. But I cannot put it inside the loop. Tell me in this box, will it work if I put this turn left inside the loop? Yes or no? Chat box, yes or no? It will work or it will not work? No, no, no. Yes, you're right, it will not work. If we put that in there, the zombie is going to try and walk here. So we take that out. Okay. Now we have a problem. We don't have another move forward. So we can put this here, and remember now our zombie is there. Let me take this out. Let's see. Run the zombie all the way around the maze to here. And the zombie is facing this. So we can just put this repeat block and move forward and say 3 times. And it should work. We should get this zombie to go there, but we are not allowed that many blocks. If I put this up here, you'll see it shows me we have 10 blocks used, but we are only allowed 9 blocks. So, what do you think? How will we fix this? How can we make this zombie move here without putting another loop at the bottom? There is one word that we are learning about that will help you. So if you can put it, there we go, Omo, nested. And Jonah, we should make a nested loop. This nested loop, I can't put it around everything. Right? That's not going to work. Because now it's going to tell all of this to do it that many times. So what we need is, as you guys are saying there, we remove this one here, put the nest there, the repeat, nest this one inside, and this repeat has to happen 2 times, like Jonah said. And now, if we think through this, that's okay, don't worry. Guys, I don't react to people raising their hands because it happens the whole time. So if you raise your hand accidentally, that's okay. But if you want my attention, you need to type it in the chat box, okay? If you want to ask a question. Right, so let's run this and see if Jonah and Amu and Gao and everyone was correct. There we go. We found the flower. Great work, guys. Okay, let's look at this one last time. So we said a repeat block will loop whatever is inside that repeat block that many times. So this block will do this 3 times. Okay? And that is moving from here to here, turning left, from there to there, turning left, and from there to there, turning left. Now, we've got a second repeat block, and that is going to tell all of this to happen twice. So, in actual fact, if you were looking, we are wasting this last turn left. We're not using it. The second time this repeat is running through, it is only moving 1, 2, 3. It is not turning left again, because we found the flower before then. But now we're only wasting this one line of code, or one block of code. And that's okay. That's not a big waste. Okay. So, we have a look at this and we see move forward 5 times, turn left, it's going to happen 3 times. Then here, move forward 3 times, turn left, it's going to happen twice. We hit that button and we can see the zombie is going all the way to the flower. Right. Are you guys happy with that? Can we move on to the next one, or do you want me to look at this puzzle again? Type next in the chat box if you are ready to go on to the next puzzle. Next from Amu. Anyone else? I need at least 2 nexts before I can move on. There we go. We have it, the second next. Okay. So now we are looking at puzzle 10. Ooh, this is a challenge puzzle. I like these ones. I just want to quickly start over. There we go. That's better. Don't want the answer there. Open the chat box again. Okay. Hey, what did I do? I skipped the challenge. Let's go back to the challenge. I want to do the challenge. I'm ready. Let's just remove this. Okay. So here is a challenge puzzle. The challenge is figure out how to get all of the nectar using only the blocks available. Okay. So I think you guys actually did this one on Friday, but we can do it again quickly. There are 2 ways to do this. The first way is to let the bee go around 12 times and take 1 nectar each time it goes around. The second way, and this is the way that I'm going to show you, is to make the bee move, take 12 nectar, move, take 12 nectar. Okay, and that is going to be a shorter way. We will use fewer blocks in that way. Right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get the bee to move forward. Okay, then we want the bee to get nectar, but the bee needs to get the nectar 12 times, so we put that one in a block. So now, if we run this code, you'll see we are going to move and take 12 nectar. Right, so that changes to 0. We're almost there because we have to do this again now a couple of times. So, we want to move forward and get nectar 12 times. But we want to do this 3 times for each side of the square. So we take this entire thing and we put it inside a loop. And we create a nested loop. But now this nested loop is a bit different than the one you saw earlier, right? Now we have the move forward is happening once and this is happening more times. In the previous example, the top one had to loop and the bottom one was the once. Okay? So now we say this 3 times, you say. Okay, let's check 3 times. What's going to happen? 1, 2, 3. Good. Very good. Now, what do we need to do when we are here? We need to turn right. Yes. From Jonah. So we're going to turn right there. Now let's see what happens. The bee takes the 12 nectar at each flower. Now it is facing this way. Now we need to have all of this happen again for this side, and this side. But we only have 1 block left. So I see there, put in a nested loop. So I'm putting in a repeat block. I'm putting in times 4. But where does this repeat block go? Does it go here to the bottom? To the bottom there? Or where does it need to be? Okay, anyone else? See, Jonah is answering most questions here. Look at that. That looks at some crazy coding skills, eh? Right, so we've used 7 blocks, and let's test to see if this is working. And it seems to be doing what we said it would do. And well done. So I want to look at this one more time. Okay. So what are we telling the bee to do? We're telling the bee to move forward 3 times. And after each time it's moved forward to collect nectar or get nectar 12 times. So move forward 1 time, take nectar 12 times. Do that whole thing 3 times and turn right. So we have move forward, get 12, move forward, get 12, move forward, get 12, and then turn right. And that all from this moving and getting the nectar to the turning right is happening 4 times because we have 4 sides of the square. And the code for this line and the code for this line and for this line and for that line is exactly the same. So instead of writing the code in blocks or in lines 4 times, what we are doing is we are putting a repeat block and looping all of this 4 times. Loop means to do it again, to repeat. Okay. So quickly, before I can move on, I'm going to run it one more time. Tell me in the chat box, do you guys understand? Are you still following? Did I lose anyone? So yes if you understood, no if you don't understand. I have one yes there. Is that enough for us to move on? Or will I need more than one yes? There's another yes. Okay, great. 2 yeses, so I assume we can move on. And I know that Jonah's going to say yes because she got the code there in the chat box already. Okay, let's carry on. Just want to take that out. Okay. So, here we have the bee, and it has to collect nectar from each flower and then make honey at the honeycomb. So, we have to move, get 4, move, get 4, move, get 4, move, get 4, move, get 4. Then we have to move and do something else 4 times. Okay? So, what do you think is the first thing that I need to put in here? Put it in the comment. So I have 1 vote for move forward. Who else says that move forward is the first thing that we need to put in there? Or do you think I should put the repeat block or get nectar or make honey? I have 1 move forward. Anyone else feel that move forward is the first block we need to put? Yes. Okay. Now, move forward is the first one we are going to put because remember we want to solve the easiest problem first. The bee moving here is our easiest problem. So move forward, that's going to help us there. Okay? After it's moved forward, what does it need to do? It needs to get nectar. How many times? So I'll put this block in here and I'll put the get nectar. Now you need to tell me how many times. Okay, I have 1 times 4. Anyone else have another number that they would want to see in there? Or are you all happy with 4 in that repeat block there? There's another one for 4. Okay, so this code is going to get the bee to move forward 1 time and get nectar 4 times. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flowers. So what do we need to do to get this to happen 5 times, 5 flowers? There's a special word that I'm looking for. Okay, I've got that there from one person. We need to put this entire thing into a nested loop. There's a second person. And the number needs to be 5 because there are 5 flowers. Right. So now we can get the bee to here collecting all the nectar. Then we need to do something for this to happen. So we need to move forward and then we need to say make honey. But it needs to make honey how many times? 4 times, right? So we're going to put that into a loop and we're going to tell that code to run 4 times. Do we have to put this code here, the move forward, repeat 4 times, make honey? Do we have to put that in another loop or can we just put this under the first loop? So yes or no, do we have to put this in another loop? No, no. It's fine as it is. Yes, Amu, that's right. It is fine as it is. The reason is there is only one honeycomb. So it only has to make honey 4 times once. Let's run the code and see. Excellent. Very, very good. Well done. Now I want to show you something. If you click on show code, you see this. This is the lines of code and this is what I actually do. Okay, so what we are learning is how to do this. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I think this one was easy enough. The next one is a bit more tricky. Hello, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 honeycombs this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 honeycombs that way. So, what do you guys think? We have 6 blocks. Where do we start? Move forward, turn, get nectar, make honey, repeat. I have 1 vote for move forward. Anyone else? Okay, the easiest problem is to get the bee to move from here to there, and that we do with a move forward block. Now when it's here, does it need to get nectar or does it need to make honey? Remember, it is all on a honeycomb now, it's not on a flower. So which one of these blocks are we going to use? Get nectar or make honey? There's one that says make honey. And a nice picture of a honey jar. Anyone else want to chime in? What do you think? Okay, make honey it is then, because I'm afraid of us running out of time. Okay, so make honey. Right, we have 2 minutes, so let's see if we can quickly solve this. So we want to move forward and make honey 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So we're going to put this into a repeat block. And we're going to put this in here, and that's going to happen 5 times. And then we want it to turn left, that's right. And instead of just putting other blocks in here, we can't. We can only use 1 more block. We're going to put everything into a nested loop. And we're going to tell this to run twice. Let's run the code. There we go. Good job, everyone. What we'll do is tomorrow we will look at this one more time and discuss it in more detail. And then we will move on to puzzle 13. And then we are going on to lesson number 9. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. And remember to send me an email on my email address. I'll show it to you quickly for the minute that we have left. There is my email address. So you can send me an email there, take a screenshot, write it down. Okay, have a good day. Thank you and bye-bye.